Well, well, well. Things are broken, but we keep on keeping on. That we do. That we do. The plan for the day is simple. I have homework that I need to work on, so we're gonna work on it. The plan, if I can get my computer to stop exploding. Go away, go away. Get it off my fucking screen. Get it off my screen. Get it off my screen. Thank you. Get rid of that. Okay, there we go. I've had it up to here with Razer stuff. I'm so done with their little proprietary program, these and that. I forgot to open this up. So, yeah. We have some stuff to do today. We'll see if I can figure out how to do a good job of it. Or at least we'll try. So, yeah. What I'm working on is supposed to be, well, the little mascot for the stream, actually. Come on, work for me. You, can I get down to the cloak? Thank you. It's already been a bit of a strange day. A very, very strange day. I'm not even really sure how to talk about it, how strange it is. So, that's great. Might end up losing that apartment that I was looking at because I don't speak Japanese. Which, granted, that kind of tracks, par for the course. It's what I get for not speaking Japanese. But, why is this not erasing? Does this not know what an eraser is? Oh, it's probably because, yeah, okay. Easy fix. Here's what we gotta do in order to fix that. All right, let's do a hard reset real fast. Pen tablet. And then open up Clip Studio again. See if we can get things to work proper, like, hopefully the answer is yes. There. So there's a very good chance I'm going to lose that apartment that I was looking at because I don't speak Japanese. So, that's great. That's great. Not really much to be done about it, unfortunately, but it still kind of sucks. Still sucks. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna name this Cloak 1. And we're gonna add Cloak 2 in here if it'll work. Nothing wants to work today. Cloak 2, there we go. So Cloak 2, pretty simple. Grab that. We're gonna pop this open here. There she goes. Okay. Now things should work proper. Almost. I believe this is supposed to be at 16. Damn, 15. Look at me. Look at me go. Meow. Wow, 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 wow. Mhm. So I've had a bit of bad news today, unfortunately. Just a bit. So I'm hoping streaming today will help with a lot of that stress. That'd be pretty nice. But unfortunately, I don't have much to say since, like I said, some things happened. I might be failing Japanese 1, which I'm definitely banged up about because obviously, I don't want to fail. But what the fuck was that? Did I just hear a cat? I could have sworn I just heard a cat. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Pizzas. Here, turn my volume up so I can hear what's happening. Yeah, there we go. One thing at a time, though. So I showed this to Professor, and he didn't really seem to like it that much. Definitely a bit disappointing. At least it didn't seem like he liked it that much. Well, obviously not something you want to hear as a student, but what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Nope. Stop that. Oh, because it's at the Millie pen, not the mapping pen. No. Yeah, the Millie pen. Why is it so large? Why? Why? Whatever. I'll just do this really fast. Smooth this out so it doesn't look like he has a clunk. Smooth out some other bits. Hmm. Do I want the head larger or smaller is kind of the problem. Eyes, hood, ear. I kind of just farted this together really quick like a couple days ago. So, yeah. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know how big I want the head. Or the ears for that matter. Or the ears. Which one's which? That's the wrong one. Like, I'm still learning how to deal with perspective and everything. So, lots to learn. Lots to learn. Should be a little bit better. So now we can clean some of this mess up. Oopsies, because now I'm starting to learn. Hmm. Since why are you so not smooth? Mm-hmm. There we go. A little bit better. Just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Actually, can I try something special here? Can I get an ellipses? No, not quite. Angle aspect. Ah, there we go. Hmm. Not terrible, not terrible. Expand that a little bit. Mm-hmm. There we go. Not terrible. Not terrible. Lots of, what do you want to call it? Lots of learning to do. But we learn. We learn. We grow. Nope. There. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. There. Mm-hmm. It's to be really crappy today. I wish I knew of a better way to smooth these lines out. That'd be nice. It'd be pretty nice. Hmm. That should more or less do. If I can find out where these lines are coming from. I want to redo them again. It's gonna be one of them. Ah, there they are. That, thank you. Mm-hmm. Get rid of these as well. So we can do instead is no. Using the mapping pen actually might be a good idea. So we can do something like that. Hmm. Hum. Yeah, I don't want the shadow. Shadow's not gonna do much for me. Oh, how do you do footsteps? What if you just did a little dot like that? Hmm. Hmm. What if you did something? So we can do that. Black out. Can I do? Hmm. 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 Should work for the moment. So put that there. Click one, click two. Hmm. Hmm. Too much. Hmm. It could work, especially if I darkened it. Too dark. Actually, ooh, actually kind of goes. Kind of bops a little bit. Just a little bit, but you know. So just like that there. Been learning. See, I have been learning. Been learning a little bit. Not much, but you know, a little. So what we can do next is we can repair the ears. Yeah, they're all fuckered up. Oh, nice and fuckeried up. So let's just clean this mess up one little bit at a time. It's a learning process after all. I yes I can. So I don't fuck everything up. Reason why I'm going in depth on the details that you don't even see is because I plan on using these parts as a template for later. So, unfortunately, I do need to go through them just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Nope, not like that. So I do need to go through them just a bit. Just to make sure they're all nice and up to snuff. You know, you know? You know. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. So there. That should look a little bit better now that we're done with that. You can grab this color again and do that shading again. So yoink. Uh-oh. Hang on, I know what's going on here. Normal. What's that? Soft light, please. There she goes. There is some good news, though. I do have some good news for once. So, the good news is... I see what's going on there. If I put them below here, it should do. The good news, the good news, the good news, the good news. I might be almost done with my computer science degree. Which would be very nice if I could get that done soon. I'd be very happy about that, actually. The reason why we might be almost done is because turns out my programming class is really deep into Adobe Photoshop, like really deep into it. Which turns out a couple of the credits I needed for my computer science degree are, well, one of the classes I could take is for Adobe Photoshop. Two of them, actually. So the two Adobe Photoshop classes I've done at this university might qualify, might just qualify. So I was going to email my education advisor from my other university later today and ask them if that may be the case or not. If it is, yeah, well, you know, hallelujah. It'd be very nice if I could just kind of not have to do those classes. Would be very, very nice indeed. Be very nice indeed. I'd be very, very, very happy about that. I didn't need to do that anymore. Let me try something. Yeah, let me try something. We're going to try something strange here. So I believe it's the Bezier curve. Nope. Is it the continuous curve? Is. Okay. No, not like that. So if we trace along like this. No, not like that. But you can see what I'm trying to do there. Mm-hmm. I like that actually. Wow. Would you look at that? Now we just have to figure out this partition right there, and yeah, I think I even know what's wrong with that. Why is that doing that? Or maybe not. Mm-hmm. One thing at a time, though. So we grab that. Oh, oopsies. Mm. Lots of learning. Mm-hmm. So we should be able to put that there. And this should work. Mostly. Yeah. Oopsies. So we can do that. We can grab this, shrink it a little bit. That is a little too big. So right there. Mm-hmm. Which means we can also go into the cloak and do the same thing. See how that works out for us. Seems like it's working out pretty well. I'm not really sure if this counts as a crutch or not, but I'm definitely liking it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. There should be fine actually. That there. And just clean that mess up. We can do the same thing again. And it should work out. I've been looking at more Genshin Impact stuff lately, and I kind of want to get back into Genshin. It looks, actually, no, we might just leave the ears. Eh, not really gonna notice from all the way out here, are you? I don't think so. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we can also just kind of get rid of this. Mm-hmm. There. Much better. Oh, hello, tired. How you doing? The fuzz was an error. I really don't like it. You know, I wanted to be a bit more straight. How you doing now? How's life treating you? Everything going well? Love and life? Sorry about my wrist. My wrists are, crappy. um, just a kind of explanation real fast. I'm making this for the current project in programming or whatever it is. Because we're supposed to make a magazine where we do, magazine stuff. I'm gonna have our little channel mascot here, which is what this is supposed to be. Our little channel mascot just kind of going through various pages doing things. Like I'm gonna do a sitting pose here in a minute. I'm still not sure how to do movement very well, though. He looks cute, though, doesn't he? Grab some water. I'm actually thirsty. I'm good. I'm getting a PNG made right now. Ooh. And mascot. Yeah, we actually have emotes. Should have emotes for it around here someplace. I put them in a while ago. Yeah! See? My plan was to make a couple of them of different variations. So, you know, if we ever become popular, which I doubt, but, you know, if we ever became popular, we would be able to do, well, people would be able to make their own variation. You know what I mean? That was always the original plan. Whether or not that will come to fruition, who's to say? What's what? Clicks? What you clicking? Oh, okay. That actually spooked me a little bit. Yeah, I added that because I thought people would enjoy it. So far, some people seem to. At least they seem to have. Let me grab some notes here. I had a different one. I was working on oh, I didn't mean to close all. That's fucking fantastic. Let me find it. There it is. So we're gonna grab some notes real fast. We're gonna make a different one. This one will be different colors and different shapes and stuff. Look forward to it. There he is. Yeah, he looks like a little goob. Okay, how am I going to do this? This will be my first time making a new one since I made this one. So here's what we're going to do. Change the base color a little bit. So this will be the inside color. Instead of this, it'll be this. Ooh. What do you think of glowing green eyes? What do we think of green eyes? Too glowy. Too sickly. More teal? Or should we just stick with the yellow? Color to balance, color to balance. Ew, no, not the hot pink. What the fuck was that? I like green, but I don't think it matches the current color scheme. Remember, we're changing out. We're not going with this right now. We're going with a whole new one. The internal bit's gonna be this, so this will be like the eye. We could do shock red actually. No. So like imagine like these as the eyes. You know what I mean? Here, actually, let me expand this a bit so it makes more sense. At least that's the plan. There we go. So like we could have teal eyes. Then the green might work. Yeah, the shock green. I'm just not sure how I feel about that green. I wanted like a different shade of green. That's like too sickly. And this is too OC. Yeah, it's too OC. Teal, I think the teal could work though. So if we went with the teal there, what would be the actual cloak next? So for this one, I was planning on giving like a backpack with a lantern, and I was going to have it in a sock. So the idea behind these little critters is I'm working on a new model and stuff, you know, lore and whatnot and everything. It's coming along. The idea is that I'm cursed, right? Cursed with cursed stuff, right? So the idea was for these little critters to be just kind of little shadow creatures that just appear randomly. And they like to steal knickknacks and stuff, right? And so they'll wear whatever they steal. So little scraps of cloth, a sock, you know, big and small. And they'll just carry around little junk things. Like think of the soot sprites from Howl's Moving Castle. But, you know, they just kind of pick up shinies and stuff like a crow. So teal, then the cloak might be the blue you had. It's going to be a darker kind of color. I like the idea of the sock because I think the sock is funny. So they're also just gonna wear various just junk items. So maybe a cowboy hat, maybe like a knight's helmet, whatever junk they find. A tin can. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the idea behind them. And this one's just the channel mascot. You know? So. The idea for this one was it was going to be in a seated position. So if we call this the head, we'll make this one a bit more of a squat kind of head. You know, a bit more squat. What if we did the tin can helmet after all, too? Tin can helmet could be kind of funny. So if we went with the tin can helmet, geez. No. I don't know how to do this, actually. One thing at a time. We'll pick this blue. So it's not going to have the XI. The XI is just differentiated. So this would be like the actual little eyes. We really don't need much else than this for a face. Square eye, you know? We could do square eyes. That'd actually be an idea. Hello, Umi. How you doing? How's life treating you? Is everything going well? Loving life? We're currently working on a little homework assignment. You brought me a new viewer. Aw, you're sweet. Thank you. Let's see now. Yeah, the little square eyes. Yeah. You're right. Square eyes are a good idea there. How are you doing, Umi? You doing good? That's good to hear. We're working on a little homework assignment. We're supposed to be making a magazine in our current class where we fill it with whatever we really want to fill it with. So my idea is to have these little channel mascot critters that I've been slowly playing with. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. The idea is to have these little mascots that I've been working on for my new model to just kind of sit around the pages, right? To do stuff. Like this one's going to be the channel mascot, and he's just kind of, running around and stuff. This one, once we figure out what we're doing with him exactly, it's just going to be in a seated position, right? It's going to be in a seated position. I'm just not really sure how to, illustrate that. Yup. And also, what kind of helmet to give it? Like, the kind of rule of thumb I have for these critters is shadow insides, glowy eyes, wears scraps of whatever they have, and they always have to have a headpiece. There you go. They always have to have a headpiece. So it can be a tin can, it can be a sock, it can be a cloak, it can be a cowboy hat. They have to be wearing a headpiece. So, hello, Hobbs. How you doing? So, yeah, what's a good silver color? So I guess we're still in the kind of the overall plan phase. Like, I'm obviously not very good at drawing stuff right now. So we're still trying to figure ourselves out. Hello, old man. Where? Me? Couldn't be. Couldn't be me. I'm not an old man. I'm barely 28. Kill me, please. Kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me. But I also don't want to make it too detailed, because then it's like, if he's old, I'm ancient. Yeah, sorry, tired, sorry. Gotta put you in the forever box. What a shame. If we wrote tomato. Ooh, that could be an idea, actually. I'm thinking. My thingy broke. There we go. It's not letting me select the thing. Stop that. Come on. See, now it's being all weird and stuff. Now it doesn't want to do what I'm telling it to do. Come on. There she goes. Okay, there we go. Now we're back in business. So let me grab an actual tin can reference. Tin can, tin can, tin can. Tin can. There we go, tin can. Yes, I need a reference for a tin can. Now he's a tinfoil robot. Give us some time. Give me some time. Patient. Give me some time. We'll manage. There. So kind of like that. Square him up just a little bit here. Hum. How about can of tomatoes? Can of tomato sauce. Or canned tomato sauce, you know, either or. Not quite what I'm looking for, but it'll do. Okay, there we go. Did your model get updated? This one, no. I'm still working on the new one. Right now, I'm kind of stuck on the new one because I'm trying to add clothing items. Well, actually, I'm trying to texture. I'm trying to texture the clothes. However, it's not really going the way I want it to right now. So, you know. We're working on it. We'll get there eventually. Change this. What does that look like? That looks like looks like something. No, that's too bold. Let's scroll for a little bit, see if we can find anything interesting in there. Tomato sauce. It's definitely a serif font. So, actually, this could work. This will work, actually. So, I have been working on the new model. It's been slow going. The hair, I'm going to retexture the hair again. I've had to retexture it a couple dozen times, but that's fine. I'm okay with retexturing it every couple of days. Right there should be fine. So I'll retexture the hair again. No, it needs to be a more vivid red. See, that's too red though. Oh, there you go. Look at that tomato can. Let's go. So I'm thinking. So the new model is coming along. It's still a Vroid model because I'm not good enough to just straight up make my own model in Blender yet, which is fine. Is fine. I'm still I'm working on texturing the face right now. The face is getting close to the skin texture is close to being done. It just needs a special something, you know what I mean? It needs a special something. Once the face is done, I'll need to do the hair one more time because the hair, it's missing something, you know what I mean? It's missing a certain je ne sais quoi. I'm going to go over the eyes again because I do have eyes. However, these eyes are done a bit shittily in Vroid. And what I mean by that is if you look really close at that cross little iris, the way Vroid works is you have the pupil, you have the inner pupil, and then you have that little cross shape, right? Mine's all textured on one layer, so this is flat. All right, there's no dimensionality here. I want to get that dimensionality because we'll grab polyline. Polyline should do what I want it to do. Because if I can get that dimensionality, I will be able to have more expressiveness in the model because then I can monkey around with what's it called? I can monkey around with expressions more because expressions in Vroid can be set up to change your pupil size. Okay. So if I do that, If I do that, if I do that, sorry, I'm trying to think. So if I do that, it'll allow me to be a lot more expressive in the model and stuff. This is coming out really crappily. I wish I was better at art. The issue is the tin can. Well, I'm trying. No, what's happening? I know what I'm doing wrong. I know what I'm doing wrong. We're trying too hard. How do we try? Let's try this. Let's just try this. See if I can do anything with this. You know what I mean? So maybe the rounded can top. There we go. All right, that's less trash. That's less crappy. Less. Still pretty bad, but less. But anyway, once I figure out that, well, it's the eye and then it's the clothing, because the clothing is also, I'm trying to figure that out, because I don't want to stick with the hoodie any longer than I already have, because the hoodie's kind of outlived its usefulness. You know what I mean? So don't get me wrong, I like the hoodie. The hoodie's been great, but it's time for something a bit more. You know what I mean? So I've been playing around with different design ideas. Right now I'm leaning towards more of a button-down shirt with rolled up sleeves. However, I'm having trouble getting textures for that together. Good textures, I mean. I'm having a bit of trouble with that. So we're working on that. I'm working on that right now. So a part of the problem, the part of the problem is Vroid textures are very, you could call them very flat. They're very flat. They're not particularly distinct in a good way, if that makes any sense. So I want to have something, you know, more us, more me, you could say. The other problem though is, let me grab that key. The other, come on. Tin can, please. I just want a tin can right now. Tin can. Okay. So they stuck their head in through the bottom. So, oh, come on. So, there's no easy way to do this, unfortunately. So I want to have something a bit more just me, you know what I mean? Maybe the tin can's too much for me right now. I'm still very much a novice and everything, you know that. What if we, come on. No. How do you make a tin can? How do you make a cartoon tin can? Like, look, I can do this. We can make the shape and everything. He was turning it into an old man with those lines. Exactly. You see the issue. Like, I can make the general shape of a fucking can, but I can't get the actual, you know, can-iness of it. So this is also that issue that I'm having with the model too. Is it's like, I know what I want to do, but I don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I know what I'm trying to do, but it won't do it for me. You know what I mean? Like, would you realize this was a tin can at all? Probably not. Probably not. So Start with the upper rim and build with the build up and add the face last. And I fall into this stupid crutch of mine where I can't draw solid lines. Struggle. Like, we can get there. It's just the problem is, you know, everything else. So something like that almost. Except not quite, obviously. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? There it is. Struggle. Do. You're doing a top-down or a side view. So I'm looking at the can, and the angle is, the angle is like this is the top of the can. So I figured we could do something like that. So top of the can right there, bottom of the can right here. Where's the freaking thing? And then like the floor is right here. You know what I mean? The struggle is real. It's real and it sucks, but we keep on keeping on. Unfortunately. So yeah. What if we actually, here's an idea. Stylized can. Stylized can. Can. How about a tin can? That could work. That could work. Put tomato on label now. No, because I think I have an idea. Hang on, trust the process here. Trust in your boy. It's a good song, by the way. All right, here's the tricky part. Tricky part. All right, let's see if that does what I wanted to do. Gonna do what I want. As long as it makes some sense. I don't think the professor's gonna care too much. Maybe I should just give up on the can. Oh no. No. Why are you guys doing why are you guys doing that? Why are you guys doing that? I can see that you're not getting censored. Just I don't think you are. See, that almost looks can-shaped. That almost looks can-shaped. And then go a few degrees up there. We are, that's why we typed it. It's not showing me that you're getting pee-pee slapped though. I was trying to write tomato with dots. Yeah, you're lying to me. I can see you're not getting censored. Freaking guy. Faux shame. Faux shame. All right. Tomato. So. It's hanging in there. Twitch recap. What is happening? That's how it appears to us. I'm not seeing the auto mod do anything now. It's not saying that it's doing anything. Like, I was looking at the log on my phone just a second ago. It's fucking weird. I'm so sick of Twitch, man. Twitch is such a crappy website, dude. Like I get it. First world problems, right? The website I play video games on for other people doesn't really work very well. But like, dude, you know what I mean? I think it's because it's making it. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. That'll definitely do it. See, look, can. We're canned. This is a can. We can agree on that, right? That's definitely a can. See, I can make a can with some effort. Granted. Okay. So now we have a can. We're going to do our best not to fucking ruin it. Okay. Bum. Here's where things get a bit weird. We hang on as best we can though. We're gonna want it kind of scratchy so it looks like it's kind of cut out a little bit. So it should work out though. Because I'm good at scratchy. Wow. Okay. So there, fill this in. Actually, I have an idea. I have an idea. Continuous curve. Come on. Work for me here. No, I wanted it to fill. Fuck. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know. Would have been easier just to be a welder. Would have been a lot easier, wouldn't it? Okay, so we have that now. Actually, that kind of looks nice like that. So what we can do for those two, actually. Let's just, okay, never mind. It'll stay like that. Grab the eyes. Eyes. We were going to go for the teal ones. And we're going to make them square. Square. So some square eyes here. One of the things that's been really frustrating for me during these art classes, though, and this has been driving me crazy, right? Is so when it comes to critique, right? I tell the other students, I'm really not satisfied with my stuff because I'm not, right? I tell them I'm not satisfied, and everyone's like, why? Your style looks so good. I'm like, no, this isn't my style. It's a lack of skill. And they're like, no, this is your style. This is who you are. This is how you do stuff. I'm like, well, I don't like it. And then they start giving me the same boring platitudes. It's like, no, it's not about style. It's literally about skillfulness. I lack the skill to bring about what I'm trying to bring. I mean, so it's like, come on. We have our tin can head. We got the tin can. Artists are rarely ever happy with their own artwork. That's real. I'll vibe with that. Here, we'll put these just in. Put them in here. There we go. But yeah, I'm definitely not happy with it. I hate this. All right, how do we make this little critter sit down? Thinking. Okay. Okay, don't do that. What the fuck? Where is this coming from? Ah, there it is. Okay. Bum. Name this head. All right, head, tiny legs, tiny feet. Basically, I'm wondering, like, from this perspective, because they got kind of the blobby body. All right, let's get to work. Grab this. Hey, we can build the body around it. Keep it square themed. I'm not sure how. I'm not really sure how, you see. So we can give him the tiny body. Like, how do you even keep it square themed? That doesn't make sense. No. We'll keep it vaguely rectangular. Kind of like that. Yeah. I like that, I guess. That's workable. So next we need the backpack. Remember, this one has a lantern and backpack. Come on, come on. There we go. Body. There. Backpack. Give him a cape. No, this one gets a backpack. Backpack. No cape for this one. Tin Can Man, no. Hang on, you'll see. You'll see, I promise, you'll see. Brown. We need a shade of brown. Brown, 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 brown. Is he Superman? No, he's not Superman. Actually, hang on, better idea. Trust in me. Yep. I get the shape right. There we go. See, this is more what I'm talking about. Needs a lighter color though. Yeah, there you go. See, you're seeing the vision. Almost. Needs a bit richer. Mm. 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 Come on. What if we what if we this lighten that a couple degrees. There we go, that's better. A bit more workable now. There she goes. Better. Ah, jaw hurts. Mm. There. Thinking. Yeah. Oh, dude, we gotta have the side pocket. You already know. You already know that side pocket's going to show up. Just how are we going to do the side pocket is the question. Do we want this yet? No. Thinking. Side pocket. Shrink this by a lot. We'll put it at right about there is fine. We'll smooth out the lines shortly, don't you worry. No, it needs to be larger and placed like a little. A little darker, actually. Yeah. Making me miss doodling in class. It's kind of fun. I'm enjoying myself. It's good for my stress, right? And believe me, I need it today because I've been paying attention to the news again. The news has not been kind to Brandy. And unfortunately, Brandy received some unfortunate news today as well. Brandy has received some unfortunate news today too. So today's a day for self-care. Today's a self-care day. That's why I'm not focusing on talking too much, because yeah, Brandy been paying attention to the news, got some bad news about a soldier that I used to know, and a bunch of other stuff. So, like the apartment I've been trying to get, I actually lined up an apartment. I applied for the apartment. However, it's looking like I might not get the apartment because I do not speak Japanese. So that sucks. That one sucks pretty bad. So I'm waiting for the realtor to give me the yay or nay. If I can't get an apartment soon, I'm gonna have to go back to the US. Because self-evident reasons, you know. The college is not allowing us to stay past 2 semesters in the dorms. So, yeah. And if I don't have a place to stay while staying in Japan, you really can't stay because then you're homeless. So, yeah. I have a better idea for this. We're going to be slick. We're going to try and be slick with it. So, you know. We'll see. We'll see what life hands us. There's still plenty of time, but damn if my nerves ain't nerving a little bit. You know what I mean? Damn if my nerves ain't nerving just a little bit. Where are we? I wanted this, but that's a bit too light. Hard light right there should work fine. So, yeah, definitely stresso. Definitely a bit of stresso, you know? Granny nerves always tingling. Yeah, but this is for different reasons. This is for different reasons. Brandy can't catch a break. Oh, that's because that's what you meant. Or maybe that's why. Mm. So it is what it is, though. It is what it is. I want to brighten the can a little bit, too, while we're at it. Mm-hmm. So, I want to try something. I want to see what this does. Lighten screen. I want to do something like that. I think it'd just be pretty. It's a little too firm. There we go. Just like that. So, Brandy be stressing. Brandy be stressing. I'm trying to take some Oogway advice and worry about the things I can control instead of the things I can't. But, as always, Brandy be stressing. You know, you know. You know, you know. I might be failing the Japanese class I'm in, which is not a huge issue because I've already passed Japanese one before and I was just taking this as a refresher. But I don't handle failure very well. So that's another thing that's been stressing me out. That's another thing that's been kind of worrying me. I'm worried about taking Japanese 2, because if I fail Japanese 1, chances are I'm going to fail 2. So that's been giving me the good old stresso as well. And what may or may not happen if you fail. So there's that too. Lots of stuff for me to be concerned about. You don't handle failure well because now you're in Japan, which means you must become doctor. No, Brandy's just never really never learned how to fail with grace. Mm-hmm. The more I talk to people, the more I realize I've always kind of succeeded at things on my first try. So I never really learned how to fail with grace. So, yeah. Which also explains why I was such a mean bastard in the army, because I never really learned how to fail with grace. So, yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. Acknowledging a problem is the first step to solving a problem. So, there's at least that. There at least is that. So, I'm mature enough to at least admit it. You need a good woody flavor. This looks woody to me. Do 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 do. No. Hate how I have to basically do this all backwards. Let's see. So life's about growth, right? Life's about growth. So Brandy is trying to grow up as best he can. Trying. Mm-hmm. Cute. I love how he's just a little dumb bastard. He picked up a big fat ass branch and tied a lantern to it. I think that's cute. Hmm. Let's see now. What kind of color can we do here? Do we want a blue steel? It's gonna be more gray. Do 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 do. Actually, what if it wasn't a lantern? What if it was like a little tea light or something? Thinking. Because it's both big and small, right? He picked up a big branch, he's wearing a can. He also has a big backpack. It's a bit inconsistent. Light on a stick. Let's see what this farts out. None of these. It was a Japanese little light stick thing that you take to like concerts. What if I did something like that? No, it's just a branch because you liked it. See, that's a fair idea, but I also like the lantern because it's cute. Cute. Or maybe we'll just say that. Maybe we'll just say he's waiting until he finds a lantern his size and he'll put it on there. Oh, that'd be funny. I bet the professor would like that. Let me check here. Light on a stick. Let me just see what Pinterest has. Let me just see what Pinterest has. No, 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 no. Yeah, looks like we might just stick with this. I think it's cute though. We could stick a candle on his head. So if we put that there though, it needs just a little bit more decor. You know what I mean? So let's grab green. I'm always worried that people are going to make fun of me in art class. So far, everyone's been really kind, though. And I'm just thinking to myself, I really hope they don't make fun of me for this. You know what I mean? Insecurities. Jeez. Insecurity is very unattractive, folks. But it is what it is. We are who we are. Look at him, he's a little dumbass. I love him, he's cute. I just wonder how I could make him look a bit cleaner. I really like neat lines like this, you know? We can make him like really small though. So it wouldn't be a big issue. I'm going to have a lot of fun with the assignment though. So like I said, the assignment was a magazine, right? Where you fill it in with a little artwork you did, maybe some writing and stuff. You know, something like that. A U magazine if you're a portfolio. And I was going to put in images of my travels in the United States, Japan and stuff. You know, that sort of thing. And then I was going to add these things in. And just to be obnoxious, I want to fill it in with a lot of jokes and memes and stupid stuff. So like the cover is just going to be the lost meme. But not like the straight up lost meme, but the little pattern and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I was going to put that in there. Faster didn't catch it. So the idea is I want people to look at my stuff and they'll be like, where's the joke? Where's the joke? Where's the joke? And then eventually be like, ah, there's the joke. You know what I mean? So I want to do something like that. Where can we hide this little guy though? This little goober. Where can we hide little goob here? I think I see how to straighten out the lines too. We'll just thicken up the lines here. Actually, idea. The goofy goober, yeah. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Professor loves it. He thinks it's funny. Like, because a lot of this class is basically done in Photoshop, we've just been photoshopping a lot of images, right? And I've been having a blast hiding the professor in my work. And he loves it and he hates it. He thinks it's really funny, but it's also annoying the absolute hell out of him because we'll just be looking at our work and they'll be like, okay, where did Brandy hide the professor now? Is he over here? Is he over there? Is he over here? Is he over there? And then they're like, I found him. So it's at once really funny and it's also really annoying for him, which makes it even funnier. So it's pretty great. Which reminds me, I need to check something real fast. Let me double check here. I need to check my grades. So I've been forgetting, I forgot that for his class specifically, we do need to submit our assignments to him, even though we hand them into him anyways, which is really weird. I don't like that. No norms. Computer imaging. And there were 4 assignments, but we only done 2. Yeah, project 2, project 3, project 3 again, and final portfolio. So I don't understand what's happening here. The assignment, you will create an artist logo. I have uploaded the logo. I forgot to submit the assignment. That's great. 3. Okay, so that one's not unlocked. So, okay, I'm submitted now. That's another thing I hate is when I upload the assignments, you have to then submit the assignment, even though you would imagine that would just be, you know, submitting the assignment. It's really annoying. I don't like it. Thumbs down. Thumbs down. Come on, turn off. We'll just leave that like that for now. See how I feel about it later. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. There it is. So yeah, he really likes the work I've been doing. He also really doesn't because it's funny. Because, you know, he also just doesn't like his picture, like as if anyone does. So it just makes it even funnier, though. I've just been having a fun time bullying him with that. There we go. He looks nice. Actually, yeah, I just want the... No, well... No. Yeah, that just works. So, we've been having fun with that. And then drawing class has just been a struggle. Drawing's just been a struggle. So, yeah. Let's see now. Do we want to do another one? What shape do we want to make the next one? What shape do we want to make the next Goofy Goober? Sitting. So, 1 running, 1 sitting. What's next? Triangle. Triangle what, though? So, we're going to triangle 1, but what is he going to be doing in regards to the page? Hmm. Thinking. I'm stealing a lot from Diariko, too. I'm a big fan of her. Upside down. Okay, but is he stuck upside down? Diariko Chaplin. Let me see what I can dredge up here. What can we dredge up here? What do you got for me, Diariko? Headstand? I feel like that'd be a bit... That might still be a bit much for me. Chaplin. Can I look in... Ooh, that's an interesting image right there. Ooh. Can I look in her Discord and see if there's anything in there? She normally posts some stuff to Discord. I haven't delved through it too much yet because I've been busy being depressed. Chaplin, vText, art resources, creative sharing. Chaplin creations? No, that's definitely not it. Media? Nope, definitely not that either. Doing a headstand got stuck. Like a lawn dart? What if we made him into a lawn dart? It's just stuck in the ground like a little idiot. That could work. Yeah, he got stuck in the ground like the little idiot he is. How do we make the triangle head, though? I don't want to do, like, too triangular. What if we made him a traffic cone head? No, traffic cone might be a bit hard. Hmm. I'm up here. Conehead. We'll name him Conehead. So, traffic cone head or a different kind of cone head. We could also give him a funnel head. No, funnel head would be the same color. Thinking. No, I have an idea. This is going to be weird. So what we're going to do, first of all, instead of choosing the color, what we're going to do is no, get rid of that. I want this. There we go. That looks like something that'd be stuck in the ground, right? Like I want to get the cartoon like, yes, this is in the ground, la di da. You know what I mean? Like I was struggling with that over here on the footsies as well. It's not easy to look up resources for that either. There goes my bolt. I need to go to the gym today because my bones are falling apart. What would you say? Cartoon is stuck in the ground? In ground. See what that does. I'm looking for that little emphasis that demonstrates that they are, you know, in the ground. You know what I mean? It looks like we could just do. Come on. Something like that, almost. Would that work? Yeah, I see it. Okay. So. All right. Dipshit is now stuck in the ground. We have that. All right. So we have ground. First things first, color palette. Color palette. Color palette. When I think of triangle, I think of yellow. What do you guys think of? What do you guys think of? We need a base color, and unfortunately, this is not a good. I don't really like this that much, you know what I mean? But this will not work. Maybe as the eyes, but we need a different kind of background color. Actually, this might work if we a little darker there. Yeah, that could do. So what we could do this. Grab. Do 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 bum 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 bum. All right, so we can do that. Why am I getting message on Discord? Oh, Shadow's on. What is this music? I don't like it. What is this? I'm curious. All right, so now we have that Conehead stuck in the dirt. Conehead in the dirt. Make that dirt nice and big, nice and dirty. So I'm thinking. Think of a Dorito. Nah. Think of yellow. Ugh. You can hear my bones snap and crack. It's awful. Ooh, they're with my jaw. What can we do? What can we do? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. So something like that. So what did he get himself into? Or herself, it doesn't really matter. I don't really assign them gender or sexuality since, you know, they're little shadow creatures. What did you get yourself stuck in, though? What do you think they got themselves stuck in? Traffic cone. Was it a traffic cone? Maybe it was something else. You know what I mean? What'd you get yourself stuck into, little friend? Little friend here. I'm still trying to sketch out the shape I want. I want kind of a rounded shape. Actually, no, I have an idea. Yeah, I'm learning. See, look at me. I'm learning. Come on. Erase for me. Thank you. Uh-huh. Grab our yellow again. So I also want to give them like a panicked look. So how would we go about doing that? Actually, hang on. Oh, you can do the little sweat thing. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he looks pathetic. Aw. Alright, Conehead stuck in the dirt. Conehead stuck in the dirt. Onigiri. Oh no. How does Onigiri get stuck in the dirt though? That's the problem. How does that happen? I'm looking at him. The eyes are perfect. It's the right amount of pathetic. It's the right amount of pathetic. I'm going back to Pinterest. You may not like Pinterest, but I like Pinterest. If they'd get rid of all the fucking AI. Dropped from a gas station napper. But he's not an onigiri, that's the problem. Conehead, let's just see what we find. Conehead, cartoon? I don't want the movie, I just want, you know, a stupid little triangle head, a little frick. Traffic cone, the Castle Crashers. There's the traffic cone again. We might be stuck with traffic cone. Which there's worse things than the traffic cone, but you know. Wizard hat. Wizard hat could work. What else do we have in here? What about pointy head? Pointy head. Just see what that gives me. Pointy head shape. No, 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 no. The problem is also it's trying to give me stuff based on my history when I'm trying to, you know, new stuff. Cartoon. Acorn? Acorn head. I like it. That's a good one. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find an acorn reference. Acorn head cartoon. Let's see what that gives me. Acorn head cartoon. Yep, it's giving me AI slop. Acorn head, acorn head, acorn head. I got an acorn. Ooh, wizard spider. Cool. Give me that. Ooh. Okay. Acorn. Acorn, 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 acorn. Let's see. So what we need is an acorn brown. We got here. That looks acorn brown to me. So we'll call this one face. Nope, not dace. It's gonna be face. All right. So little dumb fuck got his head stuck in an acorn. Little dumbass. Look at him. Hey, he looks so stupid. It's gonna be great. Fuck me. Why did the cream pie scare me? Oh no! Fuck! It's awful. I hate how I hate. Ugh. Ugh. Whatever. I love how it's stuck to your head. Yeah, I thought people would like it being a little sticky. So we can do that. Now we just need a darker brown for the actual top part of the nut. Instead of this one wearing a helmet, it could be wearing the entire acorn as a helmet. And got stuck because of that. That could be funny. Do 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 do. Boom. Faceplate. Oh god. Oh. Well, I did it on the wrong layer. Consequences. The name I brand you. It's actually okay. It's okay. It's okay. I know what to do. I know what to do. I'm big brain. Trust in me. Ah. Big brain. Big brain. Let's go. Okay. So now we have that set up like that. Body. Body. So he's stuck, right? He's stuck. So body rises out, goes out here. Rose trust at Brandier. Wow, that's a terrible idea. For first of all, needs to be bigger. Look at this little dumbass. Stupid bitch. Yeah. Smooth everything out. Actually, big brain thoughts because I'm learning. Do 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 do. Learning, look at me. Wow. Learning a little bit. So that's smoothed out though. Do a bit of work here. Just like that. He's a bit too fat. Yeah, too fat. This one goes on a diet. So that looks scary from far away. How's it scary? He's fine. They don't have necks. Probably. It's gotta make it look not trash. You know what I mean? His Patton had some candy. Oh no, this little goober. This is why I'm gonna put in the book. Some of the shadow creatures, whatever I'll call them, elect to you elect more utilitarian design or something like that. But this one unfortunately got stuck because reasons. It'll make sense. I'll write something funny. You know. Now here's where things start to get a bit weird and wonky. And like some shadow creatures, instead of scraps of clothing, choose to wear just helmets instead. This one, however, appears to have gotten stuck after trying to use an acorn as its protection. Stupid bastard. Look at him. Look at his dumb little face. Excuse me. I had to sneeze. Where's my music? The music literally ended. That is so fucking stupid. Alright, we're listening to my actual playlist. Have fun with that. I hope you guys like songs. Depressing ones too. I really like this song. It's a good song. Some good stuff. Must love you, Achilles, but it's not much, but it's true. There we go. What should we call them? That's one thing I haven't decided on yet. Is what precisely to call these little guys. These little dumbasses. Need my stabilization. in room. No. Yeah, right about there is fine. Gives it some clean lines without going too much. How do we make it scratchy though? How do we make it scratchy so it looks like you just kind of scratch it out? Actually, we do need to add some detail to the acorn. Let's do this. See how this goes. Now you are absent, cause excuse, indulgent, self-reverential. Damn it, did I fuck up? Yep, it's right here. This is soft light, so it should be doing something. Ah, that's why. Mm-hmm. What can we do here? Hmm. Hmm. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Divide, saturation, hue. We're gonna get something here. No, let's go back to soft light and experiment with coloring. Experiment just a little. Well, we could do this. See, I'm getting better with shading and stuff. That much is at least the case. Right, small positives. At least getting better with that. Slowly but surely. But what could we do? I want to do... No. Hmm. Um... I kind of want to get a wood grain texture going. I don't know. What happens if I... Let's see now. Get rid of this. I don't like it. Oopsies. Give me a minute. There she goes. Okay. Fabulous. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Are these guys are gonna chase you around in a giant vehicle in the desert to steal stuff? See? You see the vision. You see the vision. You're getting it. You're getting it. Uh-oh. Here's a trick for you. Expand by 1 pixel. Go. Mm-hmm. You see, you're seeing the vision. They're just little guys, harmless. Mostly. They'll steal your socks, though. They will steal the fuck out of your socks, and you won't have any socks left because you're a loser. Actually, no, that trick didn't work like I wanted it to. I'm gonna BRB. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, blow my nose real fast. Give me a minute. BRB. Where's the stuff? There's the stuff. And like diarrhea, I return. Hello. I see you guys are playing with names. I like Nutter Butter for this guy. I think he's stupid. He looks like another butter, doesn't he? He just looks stupid. Look at him. Dumbass. I love him. I love him. He's cute. Alright. Now that I had a second to step away, I have an idea. I have an idea. No. Yeah, let's do this. Trust the process, yeah. Yeah, he looks like a Nutter Butter, doesn't he? Look at this little stupid bastard. He needs a leaf? Where would we put it, though? Do we put it on the acorn? Like a Pikmin, almost. Like a Pikmin, almost. Hang on. I see your idea. I see it. I'm not sold on it quite yet. I'm not sold on it quite yet. Alright, so it can be like that. And it still needs, like, smoothed out, you know what I mean? The little color on the side looks like coffee bean. It does, doesn't it? It's kind of nice. Give me that. Here. Damn it. I did it again. There we go. He looks a little better now. Maybe a leaf bag or a leaf pinwheel in his hand. Let's shrink his head real fast. We'll figure it out. There we go. Look at this little dumbass. Get rid of that for a minute. Look at him. Where's his body? There's his body. Okay. Let's do this again. So that's the body, which should be mostly shading. Still a lot of work that needs done here. All right, so like that. Whoopsies. Where are we? Here we are. Um, 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 um. What do we do? How do we color this? Make it look up. There goes one wrist. Can I get the other? Maybe she goes. Ah, I really need to go to the gym. It's to the point where whenever I crack my wrist, it also cracks my elbow and my shoulder at once. I don't think that's a good thing. That's probably bad, actually. Where do we put the leaf? We could just put it here to cover the body mistakes, or we could go over here to give it more flair. Hmm. Hmm. That kind of works. What do you mean, no? This looks cute. Look at him. He's a little dumbass. Look at him. You like the leaf, not the placement. We can move the leaf a little. But you gotta be more specific. Leaf. See? Looks nice. So what about the placement then, saws and gentlemen? We could put it like right here. It covers up a lot of the mistakes we have. So I kind of like it right there. I think it looks adorable. So what's your thoughts there, Nova? Go ahead, give me some thoughts. What's inside that little brain case of yours? What's the thought process? Explain yourself. Saw. It turned into a scarf. It's adorable. It's both a scarf and a poncho. What's wrong with that? It's adorable. It's whimsy. Do you guys not have whimsy anymore? Come on, look at him. He looks like a little dumbass. It's great. adorable, even. Hum, 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 hum. What's the thoughts here? What's the thoughts? I'm starting to get dizzy doing this. How am I getting dizzy doing it? I'm really old. I'm gonna die. Oh boy. Okay, make a copy of the leaf and crisscross it. What do you mean crisscross it exactly? So you have your copy. What do you mean crisscross it? You mean do something like this? Because that doesn't work for me. What we could do though, actually, I'm receptive. Could do that. Put that. Hmm. Or nah. We'll leave this like here for now. We'll play around with that in a little bit. Play around with it. We'll play around with it. So, next part. What is this? All right. Acorn. I'm behind. Oh no. I like the idea of him just being a little idiot. Base, acorn, layer 16. Leaf. And body. Body goes there. This means nothing then. Okay. And this is effects. All right. Stuck a leaf inside the helmet. See, there you go. That's awesome. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the vibe. Hang on. Oh, it needs to go way up there. So, really tiny. Where do we want it, though? Could we put it like right over here? An atom even thing? What do you mean? Make it atom even thing. Be his pants. Huh? Oh, a fig leaf. No. Nah, that's not the vibe I want. It's not the vibe I want. Nah, I see your idea there. I see your thought process. But nah. Here, we can put it right there. There. Look at him. He's a little idiot. No, actually, no. I don't know. I like the simple design, you know what I mean? Let me grab that acorn again. Leaf tongue. We're putting a pin in it. We're pinning that. Acorn. We're going to call this the shading layer. Okay. Let's see now. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? What can I do? We're going to go back to the soft light for now, just because. Where is it at? Color dodge, soft light, thank you. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? How do we make him? Ah! What if? What if we had like little graffiti on it? Yeah? And some scratches. We could put some scratches in here too. How would we put scratches in here? Thinking. How many claws does a squirrel have? Squirrel, 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 squirrel. Squirrel claws. Is it 4 or 5? They have 4. They got 4 little claws. 4 little claws. Little guy gets stuck a lot, huh? Yeah, he do. He also loses fights against squirrels, it looks like. Huge shoe marks. Like I said, he's a little dumbass. This one's a little dumbass. This is why you don't wear acorns as a helmet. See, look at him. He's just a little idiot. Teeth marks? Yeah. Little teeth marks. I just want them to be a little lighter. Trust the process. Remember, he's stuck in the ground. He's an idiot. I love it. It's adorable. Oh, frozen. I almost feel bad for him. Almost. Oh, the leaf, the leaf, the leaf, the leaf. Idea. This little guy is one that fights for survival. Every day's a challenge and he loses. All right, trust the process. He won't give up the helmet, so he keeps repairing it with leaves and stuff. Yes. Yes. Hang on. Look at him. This is a little guy fights for survival. He's just a little guy. Yeah. This works. He's suffering. Oh no. Look at him. He's just a little guy. I hope I hope people like it. Give him a little tear. We will. We will. All right, give him a little tear. I was gonna give him little sweat marks. How do we give him the tear? Also, that reminds me. Planning, planning. This one's gonna be a bit highbrow. No. Oh, it's this. Haha! I'm big brain. Where's their tear gonna go? I was thinking of like little sweat things. Like, here. Oopsies. You know, like out there. He's upside down. That's why it's the little sweat marks, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the cartoon sweat mark? Look at him. He's just suffering at life. He's having such an awful time. Hmm. There it goes. His right eye, upper right corner, left breast. So right about here. Question is, how's that going to look? Oh, that's why. Come on. Hmm. What about, because I have a vision for this. I can see it. Cartoon cry? Cartoon cry. No. Um, hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the little sweat idea. Because that doesn't really work. So we grab teal blue. Kind of like that. Actually, we can just grab black. Kind of like that, except more. So that goes there. Now, how do you do wiggles? How do you do wiggle? A little wiggle thing, so it looks like he's wiggling his everything up here. Trying to rock himself out. Um, hmm, not there. Give me something to work with here. How to make movement in comic. Like, you guys see what I'm going through. It's a line on each side. Okay. So, hmm. Yeah, that looks a bit more on point. So now we just have to move some stuff around. Grab that. How do we want to make him look like he's rocking? I want to make it look like his head's rocking, but at the same time, I think this might be better. So put that there. There, he looks stuck. Poor guy. He looks so stupid. It's great. Let's see now. Get rid of this. How do I get rid of that? It's gonna be down here, isn't it? There it is. There. We got our little dumbass stuck in the dirt. It's great. I like this. It's not perfect, but it wasn't going to be. Oh, stretch. Stretch. We could make the scratches a little bit more visible. These scratches right here. Make them a little bit more visible. Mm-hmm. There you go. Coffee bean disappear. He looks cute. I like it. Hmm. If we fuzzed up the eyes a little bit more, it'd look like he's panicking properly. Face. There it goes. Oh, look at him. Poor thing. I almost feel bad. Almost. All right. Do we want to do one more? Do we want to do one more? Hmm. Hmm. So yeah, these are the ideas I had for the channel mascots. Like this is the central mascot, but then I was hoping people would make like their own little variants and stuff. You know what I mean? Where I could do kind of the Chaplin thing, where maybe I'll make that a redeem. Maybe I'll make a redeem for me to have to make one of these for people. Could be an idea. Hmm. Because I was gonna plan on taking this one. I was gonna put it on my Twitter bio. Just off in a corner. So I thought it was cute. Hmm. I have an idea. I have an idea. Mm-hmm. Thinking. This is gonna look really weird. Please, please don't laugh at me for the what I'm about to do. No. I have an idea. It's not sure how to execute it properly. Need like a cube. Thinking, thinking. Okay, that's what I need to do. We'll get there. We'll get there. Well, there you go. It's going to be many a year before I'm able to ever be good at art, if I ever actually get good at it. Many a year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Let me grab these little goobers. Where are you hiding? There you are. Found you. Mm-hmm. Horror corner? Kinda, yeah. So, remember how I said I was going to put this in a book with little notes? The little magazine thing? So, just put in that this is a cluster of them getting ready to branch out in a weird way, right? Well, hmm. Just trust the process, though. Oopsies. Gotta mind the line waiting, though. Mm-hmm. Gotta mind that line waiting. Mm-hmm. The idea is it's more of a sketch than anything. Just trust. It'll make sense. Or it won't. Mm-hmm. There. See? So the idea is they just kind of pop up in random corners that aren't frequented by people. And so my thought process is the magazine is told from the perspective of an explorer, a researcher, or somebody who's documenting something. And they're like, yeah, these little sprites will pop up in corners such as these. And in this artist depiction, you can see a sprite beginning to ready to leave its nest. It hasn't chosen a color to be yet, but it is there. See? It's cute. And just say this is like a box of tacos or something. I don't know. That's actually a good idea. Box of tacos in a cupboard. Now you know. Kind of like this. Kind of like that. See, you can tell I am learning at this school, right? We can agree on that, right? Brandy is learning. There is learning occurring. There is definitely learning occurring. Taco! So I hope people at least... I hope when I post this on Twitter, people are at least somewhat nice to me, you know what I mean? They were pretty nice with the Junie fan art, so they might be nice here. There we go. So the tagline could be something like, oh, in the corner of this cupboard behind the tacos, you see a sprite actually growing right now. Yeah, just add in this little dash there. Off-brand taco. There we go. So there you go. They pop up in little corners like that. See, look at that. We got a whole thing going on here now. Kind of like that. So I want to post it. I kind of want to post it to Twitter, but not yet. I'd like a name for them though. I saw somebody say Ghiblies, and I was like, oh, that's cute, but I don't want to get hit with copyright either. You know what I mean? Sprites would work too. I was gonna rename the channel currency to Shinies. You guys thought that'd be okay, and then I don't know. I don't know what I'd make the symbol. Make it something else. We could call them Shinies. Yeah. Just harmless little creatures that pop up. They pop up in places unattended by people for a while. And they just kind of collect trash stuff. Whatever they think is interesting to them. They don't mean any harm. They're not trying to hurt people. They just kind of show up, and if they think your socks are cool, they're going to take your socks. So, you know, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. So, we can put these in the little magazine thing that the professor is going to have us work on. I could add a texture to them too to give it more of a booky kind of feel, but I don't want to quite yet. Something to think about. Something to think about. But I think that can wait for now. I need to go to the gym, get lunch, and do all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm going to cut stream just a smidge early today. Because I'm also tired. And like I said, I got some bad news about some stuff that I don't want to talk about on stream. So yeah, thank you for joining me, Tired and Umi. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Next time we're going to stream is going to be Monday JPT time. So today's the 4th for me, so it'll be the 7th for me, probably the 6th for you guys. At the usual times, I'll be posting the schedule to Twitter like usual. Maybe I'll start posting at the Discord too. I did a Discord too, I'm not really sure yet. But yeah, thank you for joining me, if in fact you're still there. My name's